Hey everyone, and welcome to another daily video from Shopify Dropshipping Lifestyle. My name is Ricky Hayes, and in today's video we're going into apps, paid theme versus apps. Which is better and why? So let's get straight into it. So this is a topic that I'm bringing up because it is something that I've been thinking about for a while. And it is something that I personally am passionate about. It is something that a lot of people ask about. And it is something that I think needs to be discussed in greater detail. So with that being said, what this relates to is you can get, you can get apps or you can get a paid theme. All right, now let me explain broadly. Let's start. As you probably can see on the screen, just a few notes I just put. And I have all the apps I used in previous videos. Okay, so apps, the pros is it's analytical, data driven. You have more control, you have more automation. The con is that it costs. So you usually have to pay a monthly fee. You maybe even have to pay a part of the revenue it helps generate. It can have integration problems, okay? So, like if you're using OCU, Wheelio doesn't integrate with OCU, which sucks in terms of the auto inject. You have problems like that. So there's a lot more testing involved. So which comes to the more work. More testing means more work, okay? And you have to be someone that's good at testing. For this to really work well, you have to be very dedicated to checking your website all the time to make sure there's any errors are fixed. I find errors that I've missed all the time, and this partly comes from how you navigate that and fix these. Is tell your customer service team any feedback they get from emails. I ask for feedback from customers. I do get feedback about functionality issues. I get feedback about something in a badge or something that I had that doesn't relate to the policy, and then I have to fix that. I can have this and that. That's why feedback's important, all right? Helps me fix integration issues, helps me enhance my apps, helps me make more money. But that's that, and then we'll just quickly explain as well, paid themes. So if you're using booster themes, Shoptimized, hundreds of paid themes on the Shopify actual app store. Theme store, is that it's an all-in-one, okay? A lot of people like that. Again, we are in the day and age of all-in-one package is very good. It's easy to get started, so you just upload the theme, especially if you're buying it from the Shopify theme store. You just buy it, it downloads, and you just plug it in. You make some basic changes, and you're good to go. It's got faster page speed because you don't have apps. The less apps you have, the more page speed you have, inevitably. And it saves you money because you're not getting all these apps. The con is you do have less control, okay? In these paid themes, you have the developers who can help you make these changes, but it's limited in a lot of regards. You have less control as well because you're not using apps. There's less automation, less ability to split test and change things. And if there's a theme issue, you have to go to the developer and it can take a long time to get back. Because you've already paid them, they're not going to be that quick in a lot of regards. And maybe a pain in the ass, So that leads to, now that you sort of know the pros and cons, what I prefer. All right, now what I prefer is this. I'm just going to type it out, apps over theme. Okay, so as many of you know, Brooklyn is a theme that I use and I love. I've never been a big fan of Shoptimized, of Booster and that. I am starting to appreciate them more. There was just a bit of my arrogance coming into it, I would say. There is a place for them and they do work. So I got to accept that and get over my own prejudice. That being said, I still prefer apps, okay? So even if you are using a paid theme, use apps, okay? It's apps that make you the real money. The theme is what gives your store the nice look and feel, right? And Brooklyn does that, which is fine. And that's why I like, you start at the base and you build on it, right? It's like anything. You build a business, you're building on it. You're building staff, you're building product, all this shit. Anyway, but apps is like having staff without having staff, okay? So like, yes, these apps can cost quite a bit, but again, people forget how much money they've made them, all right? It's important to remember how much money that app's made them. Example, SMS Bump on one of my newest stores has, for $7, generated 38 orders. 38 orders for $7 remarketing with a text message. 87,000 return on investment from an app. Okay, people are not using apps, right? As simple as Recart makes me so much it's incomprehensible. Personalize makes me so much it's incomprehensible. Klaviyo makes me so much. Wheelio makes me so much. Aftership makes me so much because they come back. FOMO, all these apps make me so much money. I would be finding it far more harder to be profitable if it wasn't for these apps. It's the apps that make me this money. And that's the thing that a lot of people I don't see anyone really talk about. I'm very different to a lot of other fucking, whatever you want to call them, guru, expert, all that crap. I mean, it's just marketing, right? But anyway, is that most people focus just on Facebook ads. You know, I've seen videos on people saying, oh, you should use Shoelace for your remarketing. Yeah, okay, Shoelace has its place and I'm sure it's good. But a DPA ad works just as well. And if you're using proper apps and you're automating them, then it's going to work just as well, if not better, and you have more control. Alright, and that's the thing, is that if you are using a paid theme, use apps. If you're using a free theme, use apps. Use apps. Trust me, if you're going and you're looking at your competitors, you'll probably see that you're probably not going to see all their apps because unfortunately for some reason it just doesn't pick them all up, which is just the way it is. But anyway, but you'll see a lot of stores that are using like 2 apps, right? 2 apps. And, you know, they may look like they're getting sales, but I can tell you now that the amount of sales that they're getting as opposed to the amount of sales they should be getting will be dramatically less because they're not using these apps, because either they don't take the time to understand them, they either don't want to spend the money on them, whatever. But it's these apps that make the money, okay? Facebook is a method of driving traffic that's going to buy your products, and it's the apps and the theme and how they work together and how you've tested it and the back end that makes you the real money. And this is the thing, is that Facebook's the front end, your Shopify store is the back end. And don't forget this, it's the back end that makes the money. The hard work you put in, the knowledge you accumulate, the automation you set in place, okay? Part of the reason that I'm able to do my YouTube videos, respond to people and that, is partly because I have a team. I am very communicative with my team on Slack and on Trello. I make shit tons of tasks. I send them updates every day. I don't care how much they get spent. They are to know every day what their responsibilities are. And they know that, and they actually like that because they know that they don't have to contact me and potentially wait 24 hours or however long for me to contact them back, that they're going to get that feedback they need and they know what their expectations are. Automation, okay? Automation is key. That's why I use all of these tools and pay a stupid amount of money for all these apps, because I have control, okay? I'm going to jump on my stores after these videos and I'm going to be doing some optimization, just looking at some stuff, changing some things. I do it at my own discretion. I have complete control. It's super easy. The apps I recommend, I'm a big fan of apps that have a lot of automation, that make you a lot of money, and they're super easy to use, okay? I've always fucking hated apps that have a steep learning curve. People don't like that. That's why they don't get that. Apps don't make money, and that's what they're realizing is that part of a developer needs to realize as well that it's not just from his perspective how an app works, it's from some novice perspective, and that's important. That's important to remember. All right, so I know this might sound boring again, and, you know, I don't talk about Facebook ads a shit ton, but I do talk about them. But I do, honestly, it is apps that make me the money. It's just apps, right? Apps leads to control. The more control you have, the more automation you have, the more consistency you get, the more sales you get, okay? It all comes down to really just consistency and automation. That's it. People don't need to know that there's someone behind there. You can make them believe that. People are going to say, oh, you're a fucking scammer. Fuck you. But anyway, you can do it in smart ways, all right? And that's why automation is the key. I'm going to bring this up. I come from a background where I was basically an automation specialist. And frankly, I have obsessive compulsive with it. I love automation. I love it to death. And I've been lucky that I've been able to find an industry and a means for me to utilize that at my own discretion, make a shit ton amount of money, and help people doing it at the same time. There's not many opportunities for that in the world, and I feel very, very entitled, very privileged, in fact, to be able to do that. And that's why, people get like, oh yeah, I'll buy this paid theme and I'm going to make a shit ton amount of money. No, because the theme is good, but then you're going to have to run remarketing on Facebook, aren't you? But what happens if you use Recart? Then that would dramatically reduce your remarketing bill. Okay, if it costs you $100 a month and it's made you $10,000 in revenue, who's going to complain about that? I'm pretty sure most of you won't complain about that. And that's from a simple app, okay? And, SMS bump, same thing. All of this applies. You really all need to get into your head what the future is. And the future lies in automation. You watch TV, you see that the next generation is further automation, bots, AI, all of this that's coming into it. Okay, this isn't Skynet, by the way. I think I'm pretty funny by making that joke. But anyway, my point is that as the world goes on, we are in a 24/7 orientated business. Courier businesses are getting faster. They're going to get more automated. They're looking at drones. The drones deliver it straight to your front house, completely automated. I mean, that's many years off before it's perfected, but it's inevitably going to happen. I've seen in America, Amazon, like just to help their customers so they get more return customers. In America, there's smart locks, and you can actually give them some code for the smart lock. They'll put the package inside your door. Statistically, that has helped increase their sales by 5%. By something as simple as that, okay? Simplicity, okay? You do everything for the customer and you do that in an automated way that takes it away from them. You're going to make more money. You make more money. And that's the end of the goal. I love automation. Every aspect of my business I plan to automate. There's a lot of holes in my business and that's good because I like holes because it means that I can fill that hole and make more money. All right? And that's important. Don't think of these holes in your business and what I've said as a bad thing. Think of it as an opportunity to make more money. All right, I want you all to understand that you are all in a fantastic position to change your lives and make more money. If you are already, you could be much better than me. I'm sure there's a million people better than me. I'm not saying I'm good, but you gotta spend the time looking at your apps. I'm every day, believe it or not, looking on the App Store. I love looking at apps. I love installing them and tweaking. It's my thing. It's my thing. That's why I love it. And that may not be for everyone, but that's what's built this strong passion, this strong correlation and connection to apps. And that's why I can tell you all that in another 2-3 years, the people that aren't using apps are going to fall off the face of the earth. Why? Because marketing is going to become dramatically more expensive. People are making e-commerce businesses like there's no tomorrow. And what is the next step? The next step is brand, and the next step is automation in that brand. Okay, you want to run your business like it's a brand, and you want to run it like it's a 24/7 brand. And automation is the key, because your customer service people, you want to, cut back on expenses. Well, then you use automation. You want to do this and that and have more control. You use automation, and that comes from apps. And that is inevitably what's going to happen as time goes on. On one of my stores, my main store, I have 28 apps. 28. I've had people tell me that's an excessive amount of apps, an absolutely ridiculous amount. On average, most Shopify stores luckily have 5 apps. All right, I have 5 times that amount of apps. Why? I have them over the most minute little things. Why? Again, because I like that control. I'm willing to pay for one specific thing so I have more control than if I had broad control. Because whereas marketing, you want to sort of start broadly and then, taper down and use automation and control it with automated rules and stuff. In your store, you want complete control. Because the more control you have, the better results you'll get. At the end of the day, that's exactly what's going to happen. So, I hope this has helped you in some regard. I have a video on my apps, starter apps and that. I would suggest going to watch them. Very handy. I might actually do it in the cutscene thing here. I'll find it. Yeah, I'll do that. You're welcome. To help you all understand the apps that you need to get started. Dropshipping is not easy. Building a brand is not easy. It's not easy. But you got to remember that when you are starting this journey, you want to build it into a brand. Not just a store, a brand. Because the thing that's going to be the make and break for you is returning customers. You have no idea. If you get 20% of people coming back and buying your product again, that's 20% you did nothing for. Okay? That's important. And that's part of the reason that's make or break for a lot of people. That's part of the reason that people are able to buy their fucking Lamborghini. So yeah, I'm going to stop with that now because I get too passionate about it. If you did like today's video, please drop a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for updates as soon as I release a video, okay? If you have any questions, if you want to know anything further, drop a comment below. I am very responsive there. May not be immediately, but I am responsive. I enjoy helping. There's a free cheat sheet down below as well, okay? Completely free. It helps you get started. It has sort of the apps. It has the methods that I use. It'll start making you sales today rather than tomorrow. And I suggest you join my free group on Facebook, Shopify Dropshipping Lifestyle, okay? Growing rapidly. It is very specific who can get in, because if you don't answer the questions, you're not in, okay? It's part of my method of controlling the group and making sure that the people in there are safe and are going to help each other. That's the community that I want to build, and it's the way it's going to stay. For the scammers, goodbye. And then if you want extra support, premium support, platinum support, I have my Shopify Dropshipping Gold class, which I have multiple experts, including myself. We do weekly lives. We respond to all your questions. We have tips, tricks, hacks. I'm adding new info there all the time, PDF files. It's fantastic. Everyone in that group absolutely loves it. They have seen such a dramatic increase in sales from being in that group. It's astounding. So I highly recommend you join that group if you haven't already. The price is going up, mind you. I am as well doing still my coaching calls. So if you are interested in being a one-on-one coaching, you know, I'm not one of these that's like, oh, you know, only going to do it for a specific hour and then fuck off, goodbye, the call's over. No, I'm not like that. I want to make sure that you've had a good time and that we've become friends and that I've helped you achieve your goals. Everyone I've had a coaching call with has been over the moon because I go in depth. Okay, I love in depth. It's the details that make the difference. And further to that, as a bit of a sneak peek, I do have another product on the way that's going to be my mentoring program. Okay, I'm still in the process of building that out. But I am going to be making a mentoring program, all right? Because a lot of people have been asking me about that, and I've decided that I've been reading books, and that I want to make more products around the services that I can provide you all, and one of those will be mentoring. It's going to be very limited who can get in, because obviously I have a lot of other things to do, so I'll only be taking on a few people. So once that is live, I just want to tell you all that if you do not get in, that I will close that off, because I am not taking on many people because I have a lot of other things to do. I partly want to do this one for education experiences for the individual as well as developing my own skills, okay? So, look, aside from that, I hope today's video has been helpful. Thank you very much for your time. Take care and good.